Athabasca, Jasper's local discotheque. Things have changed a bit since you last saw me. For one, I've become a king, and this is my castle.
Welcome back to Midday. We are down at the Pavilion Theatre this afternoon, where WCT is getting ready to lift the curtain on its first production of the season. It's called Made in Italy, and we have the star of the show joining us here, Farrington Mateo. He's not only the star of the show, he actually wrote this production, which makes it extra special. Thanks for talking to us today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, some groovy moves going on up on the dance floor up here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's choreographed by Laura Kruski, also from Edmonton.
Yeah. Did that come naturally to you, first of all? Because you look like you were right in the groove. You got the moves down.
Well, that's very kind of you, and no, it didn't come naturally to me. I thought it would be so easy, and we started choreographing it a couple months ago, and it was much harder than I anticipated.
Well, you got it down.
Well, thank you.
It worked for you.
Thank you.
So thanks to your choreographer.
Yes, big time.
Let's talk a little bit about the inspiration behind this. I know that this is based on a true story in regard to your father's upbringing in the 70s in Jasper.
That's right. Yeah, my family immigrated from Abruzzo in Italy to Jasper in the 50s. And my father grew up in Jasper in the 70s, and so it's definitely inspired by that. It's a real mix of fiction and non-fiction in terms of what I've done with it, but the spirit of it is absolutely coming from them and their experiences, kind of becoming Canadians.
So what is Francesco's story? He has this night gig where he plays at the Athabasca,
Yeah.
and he's become a bit of a dancer, and he's got some friends that dance with him, but it sounds like he's got some other things going on too.
Yeah, he does, and not right off the bat. He really struggles to find a way to fit in. And he stands out in a small town community as a different culture, as a minority. And so it takes him a while to kind of find his place. And when he does find its place, it sort of manifests itself in this way, you know, as a tough guy and a disco dancer and a singer in bars and stuff like that. So yeah.
Your character alluded to the fact that when he's fighting, what is that about?
Well, at some point in the story, Francesco, the young man growing up in the 70s, discovers that to get the respect he wants, and he's tried many different ways, and he's trying, being a pacifist, and it hasn't worked. And so he gets inspired by an Italian legend, Rocky Balboa, to hit the gym and bulk up, and then he starts fighting back, and he starts to kind of see the change that he's been looking for.
So you are a one-man play here, but you play different characters. So tell me about some of the other characters, and is it hard to go back and forth?
Yeah, I do. I play many characters. I think around 19 characters.
Really? That many?
Yeah. The most prominent ones, though, are the Mantini family. And so I play all of Francesco's family members, his aunt and his uncle, and his father, of course, factors into it really heavily. But then there's also other characters from around Jasper. There are, his friends and things like that.
Sounds like a bit of a tribute to your dad.
It is. It really is. For a long time, I had a lot of fun kind of impersonating my family for my friends, for laughs, and sometimes even for my own family for laughs. And as I got into theater professionally, there started to become this sort of desire to create a show out of it, but I wasn't sure what the story was until I really started learning more about my father and my grandfather's experiences.
So in a way, for you, it's been a learning experience as well.
Huge. Ever since I started working on this, I've started seeing, looking at photo albums I've never seen before and hearing stories from both my father and my grandfather that I'd never heard before. And my grandfather passed away last month. And so this makes it all the more poignant to be sort of reviving his legacy with this.
Is that real beer you're drinking?
That's not real beer. Today it's apple juice. Yesterday it was coconut water. And a couple days ago it was lime soda water that exploded everywhere.
So you're having fun with this, clearly.
Yeah, I am. I'm having a blast. The context, the material is really close to me, but also, I just hit my mic, but also I have an amazing theater family here. Daryl's really nurtured me, and he's really nurtured this production, and the SMs and the designers and the choreographer. It's been a real true familia. We've come together and had a really beautiful experience.
And of course, it's Daryl's last official role in directing here. I know he's going to the Citadel Theatre in Edmonton, where you live, so you'll be seeing more of him. Plus, this play itself will be being performed at the Citadel.
That's right, yeah. In the spring, we're going to take this show to the Citadel, and we'll perform it in the club, which I'm really excited about. to share it with everybody back home who's been aware of the sort of development of this. And to get to take Daryl with me to Edmonton is pretty extra special too. I think so highly of him, and it's been so beautiful working with him.
What do you think the viewers that come down to watch, the audience, is going to leave with after this show?
Well, I think even if you didn't come from this specific kind of background, I think there's so much stuff you can connect to, whether it's the concept of family and family affairs, whether it's the concept of being caught between two worlds and trying to find yourself, either as an adult or a teenager. There's so much that's universal about it. And so I think you'll have fun with what it is, but I also think that there'll be a personal connection in some form or another.
Yeah, well, you know what, from the minute that the music started, I was a little bit, it's kind of fun. So the music's catchy, the outfit's awesome.
Thank you.
And it's just kind of neat to know that it's based on some true stories about your family, and that makes it more endearing, of course, for the audience to know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty special to me when they respond to those stories that are true to life, and to know that, again, they're just so universal.
Absolutely. All right, Farron, thank you for taking the time today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Promises to be a fantastic performance. Of course, this is the first performance of the season for Western Canada Theatre, playing now at the Pavilion Theatre through September 24th. You can get your tickets at KennersLive.ca. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
My little spat with Mark Andresiak sent a big message. Don't mess with Francesco Mantini. You know, guys kept coming at me for a while, but they couldn't take me down. It's like my dad said, if you want respect, right? But that's not all I've been getting respect for lately. You remember my cousin Angelo, the funeral driver? Well, it turns out he can play the keys pretty good too, right? Him and me and a couple of other guys, we've been making some music. They've been backing me up on some gigs around town. We've been doing some shows here and there, and we're not bad. Sometimes the owner here at the Atha B gets us to do a few sets during the week, making a little bit of money. But that is not the best part. Sure, you know, when I'm fighting, I get a lot of respect from the guys, right? But when I'm singing, it's the girls I'm paying attention to.